Center for the Ethiopian Educational Information and Communication Technology presents Educational Satellite Television Programs.
Hello, teacher. Hello, students. Welcome to today's lesson on constitutional rights and obligations. In our last lesson, we learned about the importance of transparency and accountability in government. We focused on the relationship between accountability and authority. In a democracy, the government is authorized to act by the will of the people. It is important for the government to be transparent so that the people can hold it accountable for its actions, decisions, and policies. In this lesson, we will turn our attention to constitutional rights and obligations. We will discuss their differences as well as their similarities. We will also learn about the relationship between exercising our rights and being tolerant of diversity. This will lead us into a discussion of human and democratic rights. Students, the content of this lesson is very complex. Please have a piece of paper and a pen or pencil ready, for you will need to take notes. A constitution is the fundamental law of a country. It defines social and state organizations, the principles of the electoral system, the structure of government bodies, and the basic rights and duties of citizens. The Constitution of the Federal Democratic Republic of Ethiopia outlines your rights as citizens of this country. The list is very long, for you have many rights. I am sure you are aware of your constitutional rights. Let us discuss several of them. The Constitution states that you have the right to own property in Ethiopia. Also, you have the right to move freely in this country and to express your own opinions. You have the right to become educated and to work for wages to improve your life. You also have the right to marry and to start a family. Constitutionally, it is your right to be treated fairly. Ethiopians have the right to a fair trial. They also have the right to be secure and protected from bodily harm or from vandalism of their property. Having constitutional rights improves our lives, does it not? Along with our constitutional rights, we also have constitutional obligations. Students, work with a partner to create a list of your constitutional obligations or duties.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Welcome back, everyone. Did you and your partner have useful discussions? Constitutional obligations include maintaining and protecting property, upholding the rights of other citizens, working honestly to obtain wages, paying taxes, becoming educated, participating fully in democratic processes, and preserving the environment in which you live. Constitutional rights and obligations are interrelated. You have the right to own property and the duty to take care of it. You have the right to vote and the responsibility to make informed and careful choices. A democratic system does not function properly if people are not aware of their rights, obligations, and the relationship between them. Under the Constitution, all Ethiopians share the same rights. This means that everyone is equal under the law, regardless of gender, race, language, religion, or cultural background. Because everyone is equal under the law, citizens are obliged to be tolerant of diversity. Students, how can you exercise your constitutional rights while being tolerant? Take a few minutes to write down your answer in a paragraph.
Students, let's get ready. Begin. Time's up. Let's get back to our lesson.
Well done, students. Let us discuss an example of exercising a constitutional right while having tolerance for diversity. One of your constitutional rights is freedom of expression. If you have an opinion about something, you have the right to tell other people what it is. However, this right has its limits. For instance, if you have a political opinion to express that is not harmful, you have the right to say what you think. On the other hand, you do not have the right to attack someone publicly. This is because your attack is destructive, unkind, and serves no useful purpose. In other words, your right to freedom of expression is limited by your responsibility to show tolerance to others. Your constitutional rights are based upon your human rights. Human rights belong to you because you are a human being. They include the right to live, to be secure, to be treated equally, and to have dignity. When we are tolerant of diversity, we respect the constitutional and human rights of other people. If we are intolerant, we abuse another person's basic human right to dignity, equality, and freedom. Your constitutional or democratic rights have been formed to protect and uphold your human rights. Democracy is spreading throughout the world. This is because more people desire a system of government that recognizes their human rights and legalizes them within a constitution. Constitutional rights and obligations are the cornerstone of democracy. Democratic values will become deep-rooted in the developing world when countries acknowledge the central importance of human rights within their system of governance. Students, this is the end of our lesson on the relationship between constitutional rights and obligations. We have learned that we can enjoy our rights while fulfilling our obligations. We have discussed the importance of tolerating diversity while enjoying the rights we have under the Constitution. In our next lesson, we will learn about the distribution of state power within Ethiopia. Until next time, thank you, teacher. Thank you, students.